Thursday morning, still no announcement. Now, in my recent video, I told you guys that basically a lot of people have been coming out, a lot of sources or whatever, been saying that Saturday will be the day most likely we get any announcements, whether it's AD, whether it's going after Cristobal, Mario, Lane Kiffin, and other names. Some of the key names that you guys been throwing out throughout the year or whatever. Mark Stoops signed an extension. I see Luke Fickell's name popping up. I'm hearing buzz around Notre Dame for him. James Franklin signed an extension. Reed Lashley going to SMU. Sonny Dykes going to TCU. So some of the coaches that you guys was talking about, had them on your list of coaches that you would take if we don't land Mario or Lane Kiffin. Some of those names have been basically scratched off the list. They signed multiple year contracts and stuff like that. Now, also, AD search still has not been announced. Now, a name that was popped up a couple of days ago, and now we learned that basically he's not a candidate, whether or not that was smokes, guns and smokes, whatever they call it. Basically, Eddie Nunez apparently is not a candidate. He also put out a statement saying that basically, he's good where he's at. And then we hear other things saying that, he was a little too loud. He was a little too out there, basically. His name started running around the whole Miami Hurricanes message boards, Twitter spaces, and everything like that. So they reported yesterday that he's no longer a candidate. So I don't know if it's him not being interested or it's him just being too loud and putting it out there. And, Miami's trying to be very quiet about this. The media is running with 3, 4, 5 different ways. So we don't really know who's telling the truth, who's lying, and everything like that. So Saturday seems to be the day. Now, as you guys know, the Pac-12 championship, Mario Cristobal will be coaching that game on Friday night at 8 o'clock to be exact. I know a lot of you Miami Hurricanes fans are going to be tuning in to that one. I don't know if you guys are rooting for him to win it or you guys rooting for him to lose it. I'm not quite sure, depending on your feelings. But any decisions on Mario probably will most likely come after that game on Friday. Now, Mario wants to respect his players at Oregon, wants to go out with a bang at Oregon if he goes out, if he leaves Oregon, saying that. Now, I've been hearing a lot of things about Mario and Miami and, his respect for Miami, especially in recruiting. Most of the time, he don't go after the top guys that Miami is recruiting. He'll go after the guys that are highly, favored to not go to Miami, but are still highly ranked, kids. It is what it is. But as of right now, guys, we don't know. I can't tell you where this thing is spinning because I've been hearing so much things, and then the next day, everything changed. It changed by the day. This news changed by the day. I know we hungry. I know every day. If you're like me, every day you're sitting back and you're looking and you're refreshing your Twitter, you're refreshing your message boards. You're looking for, hey, Miami signed this guy, Miami signed that guy. Let's get the ball rolling. A lot of you guys do support Manny Diaz. Me personally, I'm ready to move on from him. But hey, if you support him and you want him, hey, that's your opinion, that's your choice. It is what it is. I'm not here to fight with you. I see a lot of guys on Twitter. I see a lot of guys on Facebook and other platforms are basically fighting over this. Some of you guys really want to give Manny another year. Some of you guys think that this next season might be, the thing that put him over the top, the second chance he need. I don't get it. Now let me say this: 2022 schedule, 2 games on there, key games on there. That if Manny Diaz was retained, that he would have to play against Texas A&M and Clemson. Those are the 2 key games to me. Maybe you guys have some different ones, but I don't think Manny could beat Jimbo Fisher or Texas A&M with or without Jimbo Fisher. I don't believe he could beat him. I don't believe he could beat Dabo at Clemson. We saw Clemson this year look like they was a total different Clemson from what we've seen for the past couple of years. But nonetheless, we saw in the end, Clemson start to make a run, and they're starting to pick it up a little bit. And they're starting to actually look more like the Clemson of the past. That's tough. Now, Clemson, Brent Venable, or whatever his name is, listen, I'm hearing a lot of buzz around his name for the Oklahoma job. So if Clemson were to lose Brent Venable or whatever, that could probably throw them back a couple of years too, or if they get a splash higher for defensive coordinator to replace them, then who knows, they might pick up right where they left off. But I am seeing a lot of, I've seen a recent picture of some of the Clemson guys, even their quarterback, DJ Ukulele, posting the horns down thing. Now, if you know that, the horns down thing, most of the time that's an Oklahoma thing. They do that all the time or whatever. So maybe it's foretelling that Brett Venables might go to Oklahoma, and who knows, maybe some of those guys might actually go with him. Who knows? We don't know. We know Spencer Rattler has hit the transfer portal. We know we're not quite sure the future of the other quarterback. Maybe he goes over to USC with Lincoln Riley. But as far as Mario, as far as Miami, we do not have any confirmed, any official news. Nobody with credentials has came out and said it. Nobody that is well known within the program. Canes All Access, Inside the U, 247 Sports, Rivals, and all of that. None of them has put out any official news saying that, hey, the university has said that this is where they're going, this is what they're doing. Guys, we don't know who the AD is. We don't know. We don't know who the head coach will be for 2022. Right now, it's a waiting game. I know you guys, just as much as me, are anxious to hear these things so we can get the ball rolling. Manny Diaz and the coaching staff right now are currently out recruiting with no backbone, basically. Basically, they have nothing that they could tell these kids that's written in stone. Manny Diaz has not been given an extension for this year. Not an extension period, but for this season. He has no safety net. He can't tell none of those recruits that he's going in their living room that, hey, I'm for sure that I will be the coach this season. So we're going to watch how this thing play out Friday night, the Pac-12 championship. I will be live streaming during that game. We could talk about, what's going on, how we feel about Mario. We could watch him coach that game. Some of y'all could make y'all evaluations and stuff like that. But Friday night, 8 o'clock, the Pac-12 championship. I will live stream. You guys can come join, get in the chat, talk some trash, speak your mind, and I'll open up the platform so you guys can come on and, give your thoughts and opinions on the current state of Miami. But anyway, guys, this was just a quick, a long-ass video. Just bring you guys up to date on what I know, or basically what we all know. But anyway, man, like, share, subscribe. Road to 10K. Let's get the 10K on the channel. T2Y, and I'm out. Oh!